am here with Coach Timothy Holmes, and you told us last week you're grumpier after a win. How grumpy are you?
Pretty grumpy, After that one, that was pretty grumpy, put it that way. We'll leave it at that. This is like G-rated, okay?
Yeah, but Coach, I can see why there were some moments, they're grump-worthy moments, but there was some really, really nice plays out there. Some nice calls, some long fourth down conversions. How proud of these guys are you?
I'm very proud of the team, the effort level that they're giving and the way that they're adapting to the concepts, the things that we're doing. I'm very proud of that part. We just have to get better and clean up some of the things that we're making mistakes on, and there's like multiple mistakes, so we got to fix those.
And once again, your defense stepped up when it had to. When its back gets pushed all the way up against the wall, it's somebody or someone steps up.
Yeah, we did. Ashley stepped up for us this week. She had 4 interceptions. 26 yards in reception return. She had 3 catches for, I want to say, 70 yards, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. So she was the star today, or for that game. But you know, the whole team as a whole, the defense really did its job. It's what it's to do. We don't sit back and wait. Like our motto is, our music is so strong you have to dance to it. So we try to force offenses to adapt to what we're doing. We had one mental breakdown and they scored on a run, and then we had a special teams breakdown and they scored. So those were the things that I'm like, you know, we got to get those fixed, because that's just a lack of concentration, not an error in concept or form. So, you know, those are the things that make me grumpy. But we can get those fixed and turned around, we'll be much better.
What was going on at the end of the game with the 3 fumbles and the?
That's a calculated list. I'll take the heat for that one, because I didn't go over what teams try to do at the end of games. And what they do is stack both A gaps and try to blitz your center to force her to come up a little high and make the snaps miss. And that's exactly what happened. And I didn't stress that enough during the preseason. I didn't stress it enough during, you know, when the regular season started. Once we get in victory formation, that those things are going to happen. So I'll take the heat for that part. But it won't happen again, because I'll make sure we get that done fixed today.
You go down 2 scores right away. You're on the road. I know your mentality is you're going to win, but what are you telling them in the huddle? What are you telling them on the sidelines to calm them down?
Actually, I don't tell them anything on the sideline. I think that's a weak move to talk about it in that term. What I want them to draw from me is I'm even keeled, whether we're up or whether we're down. I'm always the same. So I have confidence I've been in that situation 100 times. So I know what I need to do to make it happen, or to make things come back. It's just a matter of whether they execute. So I just keep myself calm. I keep myself focused on the task at hand, and hopefully they draw from that. They're like, oh, he's not even fazed by this, so why should I be fazed if he's not fazed?
You mentioned last week that, you know, the biggest growth you see is from week 1 to week 2. What kind of growth did you see?
Well, last week, the very first week, we were down by 6, and you know they stayed together and focused on what we had to do. Came back and got a game-winning touchdown, and then held on to the lead. We went down by 2 scores this time, and we were still able to focus on what we had to do and come out and get the job done. If you look at our running game, all of our numbers across the board improved. We rushed for 60 more yards than we did the last time. We were doing things that are indicative of championship teams. We put together 2 10-play drives, so those are things that we like to do. The defense was able to get more 3 and outs. For the first time this season, the defense actually played less plays than the offense, which is a mark of what you want to do. We controlled the football, even though it didn't look like we had a couple of turnovers at times, but the defense got us the ball back in good field position, and we maintained, even though we didn't score in the second half, we maintained drives and forced them to burn up clock. So those were the improvements that I wanted to see. There's a few things in the passing game that I think we can do a lot better. There's some execution deals that we have to do in special teams, and on specific running plays. I don't want to give away all the stuff we're doing now, but there's some things that we can do a little bit better that I think we did better, but we still got ways to go.
Do we have a quarterback controversy now? I mean, all of a sudden, the pace of the game is completely different than when Red is in versus when Eric is in. What was your call on that?
That's by design. It's the old adage is, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. Yeah, that's right. I got 2 quarterbacks, so they're different. So I do things to make it, like Red has her specific set of skills and her physical. She's tall. She can see over the middle. She's able to throw balls inside that are you know, easy for her to do. Not I won't say easy, but that's within her wheelhouse. Erica's a little bit different. She's more of a runner, and she needs to have space from the line of scrimmage, so she needs separation, and she can throw deeper down the field to the outside. So you tailor what you do to what the personnel you have is. At least that's the way I believe. So I don't buy that adage that if you don't have, if you got two quarterbacks, you don't have one. No, I got two, and I use both of them.
Back to the defense for a second. I didn't know all the statistics, but what really impressed me was even when they made a catch, your defense was on them. So the yards after catch, do you happen to know what I mean, I can't think they got very many at all in that realm. Your defense was on them.
There were no yards after catch.
Really?
No.
Really not?
There were 0 yards after catch. Every time they made a catch, they got tackled right there. And that's kind of the way the defense is predicated. We apply pressure from our front seven, and we umbrella cover the back. So we're there waiting for it. There should be 8 sets of eyes on the ball when it's in the air. So when the ball gets to its destination, there should be someone there to make a play. Yeah. And, I'll tell you about it. Maybe they got 2 yards because she fell forward, but it's because of my tackle. But that was it. There was no, catch and run a long way. That didn't happen.
What do you expect for next week?
I don't know. This team, the only footage that I have on them is 2 years old. So there's nothing I can do to prepare for it other than, word of mouth, some things we know. We're assuming they're running a 5-3 defense. We don't know about their offense. They supposedly have a running back that's really quick. This will be their first game of the season. We got some bumps and bruises. They'll be fresh. But the flip side of that is we also have game-tested ability, and they're just trying to find out what they do. We'll go in and know what we're supposed to do. I would say we would probably run away with this game. I think this will be one that we run away with.
Okay. All right, you heard it here first. I'm with Coach Tim Holmes of the Los Angeles Bobcats. Upcoming game against the Phoenix Prowlers this Saturday. Make sure you check it out on the Bobcats page.
Thank you.